When we gotta do the blessings.
Not today.
Do you mind just playing? We can just
dance right here to it?
Yeah,
No, I ain't gonna dab. We ain't gonna dab though.
I'm a dab.
Oh, baby, dab is so old.
But look, he did the dab. He wasn't dabbing.
Oh my God, nobody's dabbing.
He looked cool. The dab still in.
A new banger.
Yeah.
If I ever feel the outside, I'm the last man. I don't ever think I'm better than the next man. I've been down before the come up, I ain't stressing. Lately I'm too busy counting up these blessings.
Hi guys, it's Msnaturallymary here, and today we're here to do a Q&A video for you all. We posted a picture on Instagram and requested that you all put your questions that you might have for us. And so today we're going to be answering those questions. So we're just going to go straight down the list. Hopefully we get to everyone's question, but if not, we'll do another video in the future and we'll try to capture whatever the question was or topic was that you all wanted us to try to shed light on. So
let's do it.
Yeah, okay. So the first question, what are ways to stop temptation while waiting? So in regards to temptation, that's something that's pretty much inevitable. It's not going to be something that does not happen. It just happens regardless of your walk, regardless of your relationship. Temptation is just not going to stop. It's going to happen. But essentially what you want to make sure is that you respond well to temptation. So you might want to do things like listen to good music. Make sure your intake is things that are healthy for you mentally. So what you watch, what you listen to, all those different things I feel attribute to your response to temptation. And then also how you engage with your partner, how you engage with other people, the places you go, the people you're around, just things like that I think will help stop temptation. Temptation is just like inevitable. Jesus himself was tempted. So yeah, it's just not gonna stop.
And I think a big part of it is making sure you don't put yourself in like vulnerable situations. Something that Mary covered, I think, in another one of her videos. She talked about like just kind of setting like boundaries and understanding some of your triggers and things like that. I think that helps. So I know with us, I think we try to make sure we put ourselves in position to where something like that would naturally happen because, you know, like she said, we control our thoughts, the things that we think about, and we also try to place ourselves in situations to try to avoid that. So I think just having the right mindset beforehand and understanding certain things that may lead to, you know, temptation or lust and things like that nature, I think would be very helpful. So just kind of having like a game plan before you guys maybe hang out or do whatever together. You know, just having that mindset, I think, would be very helpful in terms of trying to alleviate some of the temptation.
You're like, you know my code.
I don't.
You don't know my code?
I know.
It's worth it.
Let's do it.
Okay, next one.
Someone who wants to start a relationship but isn't over their ex. Okay.
Okay, so the next question, you want to read it out loud?
The next question is, what advice would you give to someone who wants to start a relationship but isn't over their ex?
So if you want to begin a relationship and you're not over your ex, I have to suggest that you not consider a relationship.
You're not ready.
At the present moment.
You're not ready.
It's clearly you can't move forward if you're consistently looking backward.
Absolutely.
So you want to make sure that you're completely healed and you're whole in a sense that you're not consistently reflecting on what happened in that previous relationship, because it's really not fair to the person that you're trying to move forward with if you are still kind of
living in the past.
Yeah, and considering things with your ex. He's your ex. Like, let's X him
for
out
a reason,
and move
right?
forward. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So you're probably not ready. So let's work on you. Do some self-development and...
In other words, you just want to make sure you're whole before you try to step forward into that next relationship, because it wouldn't work. I mean, how are you going to have one foot stepping into your new relationship with your other foot still in the past? So, yeah. I don't know. Focus on the windshield and get out of the rearview mirror. I think it works.
You preaching? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I think it works. But I think this one is directed to you, babe. How soon did you make him aware of your standards and spiritual beliefs?
You know what? I gotta like look on. I said I was gonna go and look at our. Oh my God, our messaging log on Instagram is. It was probably like after the first week. I wanted to make sure. I'll try to screenshot the date that I actually had that conversation with him.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
it's a long.
It's not enough
thread.
time in the day. I mean,
we had so many messages
you,
we exchanged
for 2 months. That was the extent of our relationship.
Yeah.
I mean,
So. Yeah, I probably won't find that, but I believe it was about a week after we started conversing, maybe a week or two. You think, roughly? Yeah. So, what was the question again? Okay.
Just how soon?
How soon did I tell you?
Yeah, just so we're here. But I think along with that, I think we talked about that kind of early. Do's and don'ts.
Spiritual beliefs. That was like
very soon.
He knew in regards to spiritual beliefs. That was something that Gerard was aware of because you're attracted to that.
Absolutely.
That's kind of why he decided to, I guess, pursue me.
That definitely was something that drew me to Mary's page. As I mentioned in our video, I said
I guess we should let people know that we met on Instagram because not everybody saw the initial video.
You're right. So Mary would post these spiritual posts on Instagram, and I think I liked a couple of them or whatever, But very soon, early on, I was aware of her faith, and like I said, I thought it was outstanding. From that, I was able to grasp. I said, man, this girl has a beautiful soul, and I just love her spirit. So, and I think that's the beginning. So very, very early on, I was aware of that in regards to her faith. And I think, as she was mentioning earlier, maybe a week or so later, she, maybe talked about her virginity and things of that nature. And she wanted to get some feedback from me in regards to that. And I think...
it was definitely early on, but what you expect for your relationship to be built on is something that you should have conversations about in the beginning. So if your relationship is going to be built on a spiritual foundation, if it's going to be built on a strong belief system, then in the early stages, it's important to have those conversations. And I feel like if it's online dating or if it's Instagram or first time you meet, that person should be aware just in your countenance, just how you carry yourself and different things like that as to your spiritual beliefs and things like that. They should be aware that even if you don't say Jesus, even if you don't say anything about God, they should be aware that this girl has some form or this guy has strong beliefs. They have strong morals. That should come across early on. But as you shared, he was already aware of my spiritual beliefs. And in regards to the abstinence piece, I shared that probably within the first 1 to 2 weeks. I wanted to make sure it was early. I probably would have shared it the first day if I knew that this was something that was going to progress into something. As I shared in a previous video, I was not thinking about Gerard like that. So I really didn't share it maybe the first day or so because I didn't know that this was going to progress into what it is today.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad it did that.
Absolutely. And I think another part of that question she asked, how soon was marriage discussed?
Oh my, it's kind of funny. Marriage was discussed probably like within the first...
I think it was pretty early because it goes back to it being a purpose and being tied to your destiny. So I think very early on, like we both discussed how we're not interested in just dating, just to date. You know what I mean? We're dating with the expectation of something more in the future. And marriage is a part of that. So very, very early on, I think we talked about that. Because if we're going to go down that path of dating, we're dating with the expectation, like I said, of something more, and that being marriage. And just to share
a little more insight on that, forward thinking is really important. So if you're interested in someone or maybe about to begin a pursuit, if you're a guy, then you want to make sure that this is someone that has the potential for marriage.
Absolutely.
You don't want to just casually date, just connect with someone just for no reason. You don't. I don't believe in anything, being done. Do it with purpose. Have intentions.
Absolutely. And we're at that age too, so I mean, I think we're both due.
We're both due what?
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? We're not getting any younger, and I think it's a great time to do it, especially if you want to, potentially start a family and things of that nature. So
Okay.
you got this biological clock thing working,
But Jesus hooked up Sarah, so.
For sure. So, but yeah, so that's our take on that. It's another piece to that. It said, how much time did you guys spend like basically claiming each other as just friends before we, took the relationship to the next level? So I think maybe for a couple months before I got down here, we just conversed over Instagram, and which progressed to the telephone. But so although we were just friends, it was somewhat of a special friend. Like, I think I would feel a little bit guilty during that period if I were to entertain another girl. And in fact, I would have these real light interaction with people, whether it be on the train or just in everyday life. And I would instantly want to tell Mary about it, just because I don't want her to
things
think
that were nothing. He was telling me about.
And I didn't want her to think that I was trying to do anything else. And just, I don't know. Although we weren't together, I felt like she was mine already. And it was just a matter of formality of us just coming down here, or me coming to Texas, and just kind of doing an in-person thing, because we felt that it was only right that we actually met in person before we started dating. But like I said, in my heart, I had claimed her a long time ago. So
he would say little things. I'm like, this boy think I'm the one. Think this girl might be the one. You heard this song? Think this girl might be. PJ Morton. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Okay. You going forward? You going backwards?
Oh. Hey. Don't try to rock me. Still. I was killing it.
You ain't killed it.
Bong. Killed it.
And I knew the moment that I saw him that I was in love. So it's like love at first sight. It's kind of crazy.